Riolo. We are talking about drones. Look at all of these drones. Jeff Riolo, FAA safety team, CEO of EmpowerUAV. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we just started talking yesterday about these the federal regulations for commercial drone use.
Right.
What does that mean for people in San Diego who I'm sure have these? So I know a lot of people do.
Yeah, a lot of people are flying drones, and the technology is really changing our society. But we have to kind of distinguish, are we flying for recreational purposes? And if we are, there's one set of rules. The FAA now has clarified rules to fly commercially, so there's an opportunity for hundreds of thousands of jobs across the country. And particularly for our military and veterans, I think this is a great technology for them to transition into careers. So the FAA is opening the skies for opportunity here, integrating the technology. But in order to fly commercially, there's a new set of rules.
Yeah, and that's what we want to talk about, because if you want to fly commercially, you can even attach packages. I mean, for a small business, that might work out, but there's this test. So what's on the test?
Okay, there is a test for those that aren't manned pilots yet, and the test is an aeronautical knowledge test to make sure that the people that are flying know to stay away from airports like we are here close to Montgomery Field, or not to fly at Balboa Park because it's on the approach to San Diego Gillespie, how to communicate and keep our skies safe, because we're going to have a proliferation of these up in the air. So people need to know how to fly safely, particularly the commercial.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about these types of drones. So, so Jeff, if I go to a hobby store and I say, I want to have a drone, just and I want to put my little camera on it, and or I would just want to fly it for fun.
Right.
Do I have to take a test?
No, you don't. Recreational doesn't require any tests, but there are a couple basic rules. The first one is whether you should register your aircraft or your drone.
Like this one would be a little recreational
This is a little recreational drone, which is considered more of a toy. You can buy this for $50 on Amazon. It has a battery, it has a camera, it has a controller, but truly it is a drone. It doesn't have any intelligence. So these aren't really that easy to fly, but they're kind of fun.
Right.
And minimal damage can be done with this.
Does it have a weight limit?
It does. A weight limit is a half a pound. Anything larger than a half a pound, 0.55 pounds, needs to be registered.
Really?
And then you can fly it up to 55 pounds, and 55 can get very big. The next step up is only about a 5-pound drone, but this is the most popular one in the world, a DJI Phantom 3. Most people are flying this as a high-end recreational or a low-end commercial. And if you're using the images you capture with this camera for any purpose related to your business, you need to have a commercial license.
Okay, and if you have that commercial license, that means you have to take this test. And perhaps it would be wise, if you're going to do that, to take a class, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
What do you learn in the class?
Well, in the FAA flight safety team, we're a group of individuals that volunteer, and we have taken upon ourselves to help educate the public on the new rules, how to fly safe. The FAA has quite a bit of documentation out there, but it's kind of hard to navigate and digest and integrate into society, so we've taken it on ourselves to do free seminars, free education. So number one, how to fly safe, where you should fly, stay away from privacy issues, make sure you give way to manned airport. You know that the maximum altitude's 400 feet. Got to keep clear line of sight. And then we actually take those rules and put them into practicality so people have something to use in the field.
You know, I love that the first thing I said to you when I got out here was like, oh, Jeff, you run all these cool drones. Like, can we fly them? Can we put them up in the air? You said what?
Well, not in this location because we're too close to the airport. We have Montgomery Field here within a few miles of us. So
that's one of those regulations.
That would be one of those regulations. Nowhere to fly safe, not only for your airspace, but for your land around you. And then we also have some privacy issues and concerns.
That's the other thing. Okay, before I let you go, I want to talk about this big daddy one here. What is this one?
Now we're stepping into more of the commercial range. This is a DJI Inspire 1 Pro. It's a heavier unit, but still, this whole unit off the ground, excuse me, is only about 15 to 20 pounds. So really, you could imagine something even twice or 3 times as big as this and still be able to fly.
So is this commercial regulation? Like this would be commercial size?
It'd be commercial size, but what determines the commercial or recreation is the purpose of flying, not necessarily the aircraft.
Now, is there somebody that's like the purpose police that goes around and figures out if you're, who's going to determine if you're flying it for recreation or
Well, it's left up to each individual pilot, the operators, to know the rules and follow the rules, and that's why we're doing this educational outreach. But we're not really having we haven't got this all figured out now. This is a work in progress, and we're working together to try to keep it safe. We've got some things that are inherently dangerous in our area. San Diego is a proliferation of airports. We've got airports for the military, we've got private airports, we've got public airports. Our downtown airport, if you'd like to fly where there's good scenes to take images, you want to fly downtown, Coronado, Coronado, Point Loma, you know, Mission Bay, and probably Balboa Park. Those are all the places you shouldn't fly because you're amongst two of the major airports in the world right there.
Correct. All right. Well, Jeff, we'll put all the information about the classes. If you want to take the classes at home, if you want to determine how you want to use your drones or what type of drones are good for you, thank you for coming in. We'll put all that on the website. Let's send it over to Brad Perry. He is downtown with Axion San Diego. Hey, Brad.